You've been defining yourself your entire life: successful, struggling, confident, insecure. What if every single label you use is keeping you trapped? There's a guided meditation at the end to help you experience what's underneath all those definitions. This lesson teaches that your mind is part of God's and you are holy, which contradicts every way you currently see yourself. It asks you to examine all the labels you use to define yourself, both positive and negative, and recognize they're all equally false because they're not based on your true nature. We're about to look at something you do dozens of times every day without realizing it. Something that exhausts you, limits you, and keeps you running in circles. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Think about Sarah for a moment. She's refreshing her LinkedIn profile, carefully crafting each line to present herself as innovative, results-driven, and collaborative. As she writes, she notices something unsettling: how exhausting it is to maintain all these personas. There's the confident leader she becomes in meetings, the supportive friend she transforms into over coffee, the capable daughter she performs on family calls. Each interaction requires her to put on a different version of herself. She's sitting there, cursor blinking, and suddenly feels the weight of it all. The morning started with being the organized mom getting kids to school, then the professional commuter checking emails, the team player in the morning stand-up, the strategic thinker in the budget meeting, the empathetic colleague at lunch. By 2 p.m., she's changed costumes at least 8 times, and there are still hours to go. What strikes her most is how automatic it's become. She doesn't even think about which version to be anymore. Her mind just switches based on who's in front of her. Boss. Confident Sarah. Direct report. Mentoring Sarah. Difficult client. Diplomatic Sarah. Each role has its own voice, its own posture, its own way of responding to emails. Here's what we don't realize. Every single one of these labels, the good ones and the bad ones, is equally limiting. We think the problem is just the negative self-images we work so hard to overcome: not good enough, or always behind, or too emotional. We go to therapy, read self-help books, practice affirmations, but we're missing something crucial. Even the positive labels are cages. Successful professional means you can't admit when you're lost. Strong friend means you can't ask for help. Good parent means you can't have a day where you just can't. We're not just trapped by thinking we're not enough. We're equally trapped by all the ways we try to prove we're enough. Your self-image is like a detailed character you've been playing so long you forgot it was just a role. You have an entire wardrobe of costumes: the successful professional, the overwhelmed parent, the victim, the hero, and you change outfits depending on the situation. But underneath all these costumes is something that was never actually limited by any role. Notice how much energy this takes. Sarah feels it acutely now, the constant monitoring, adjusting, performing. It's not just the big performances either. It's the micro adjustments. The way her voice changes when her boss joins the Zoom call. The shift in her posture when she walks into her parents' house. The different emoji styles she uses in different Slack channels. We spend our days defending identities that aren't even real. Someone questions our competence. and we marshal evidence of our achievements. Someone sees us struggling, and we quickly explain why this isn't really us. We're so busy maintaining the costume that we never question whether we need to wear it at all. And here's the thing that really gets us. We do this even when we're alone. Lying in bed at night, we're still performing, rehearsing conversations, revising our image, planning how to be better tomorrow. The audience has gone home, but the show continues. We've become so identified with the character that we can't step off the stage. But what if, just for a moment, you could put down all of it? Not improve your self-image, not build a better one, but actually set the whole project aside. Sarah discovers this accidentally. One evening, exhausted from the day's performances, she's sitting in her car in the garage. Too tired to go inside and switch to home mode. Too tired to check her phone and enter digital mode. She just sits. And in that space between roles, something unexpected happens. For just a moment, she's not anything in particular. Not succeeding, not failing, not impressive, not disappointing. Just here. It's strange at first, almost uncomfortable. Who is she without all these definitions? But as she sits with it, something shifts. There's a relief she hasn't felt in years. A simple okayness that doesn't depend on which costume she's wearing or how well she's performing. It's like she's been holding her breath for decades and finally exhaled. This is what the lesson is pointing to. When you stop identifying with your mental self-image, you discover something that's always been there. An unshakable sense of worth that doesn't depend on your performance, achievements, or how others see you. You realize you've been wearing a costume and calling it your identity, but you were never the costume. The practice for today sounds almost too simple. Notice each label you apply to yourself and then remember what's underneath. But this isn't about replacing negative labels with positive ones. It's not about building a better self-image. It's about recognizing that every image is equally unreal, equally limiting. What remains when you're not being anyone in particular? What's there when you're not the professional, the parent, the friend, the whatever you think you are? Not a blank void, but something much simpler and more real, the awareness that's been here all along, watching all these costume changes with infinite patience. You don't have to figure out who you really are. You just have to stop insisting on who you think you are. In that gap, that pause between performances, something genuine has room to simply be. And from that place, you can still do your job, raise your kids, meet your friends, but without the exhausting need to be someone while you do it. The relief isn't in finally getting the role right. The relief is in discovering you were never the role at all. If you're finding value here, you're welcome to like the video and subscribe. And now, let's shift into a quiet guided meditation together. Let your body find its comfortable position. No need to sit any special way. Just let yourself be supported. Allow your breath to move naturally, not controlling it, not watching it. Just letting it happen. Notice where you are right now. The space around you, the surface beneath you, the temperature of the air. Just simple noticing. And now, very gently, Become aware of any labels floating through your mind. The roles you've been playing today. The descriptions you've been carrying. We're not pushing them away. We're not analyzing them, we're just noticing them like clouds passing through an open sky. Perhaps you notice, tired, or busy, maybe, worried, or relieved. Whatever arises, just let it be here. And now notice something else. The awareness that sees these labels. The part of you that notices, tired, but isn't tired itself. That sees, worried, but remains unworried. This awareness doesn't need a label. It doesn't need to be anything. It simply is. Feel how much space there is when you're not maintaining any particular identity. When you're not being the professional or the parent or the friend. Just this simple awareness, present and calm. Rest here for a moment. No costume to wear. No role to perfect. No image to maintain. Notice the relief in your shoulders. The softening in your chest. This is what you are beneath all the definitions. Whenever you're ready, let your awareness include the room again, the sounds around you. The feeling of being here. You can open your eyes when it feels natural, moving gently back into your day. But carrying this recognition with you, you are not any of the roles you play. You are the awareness that remains constant through all the costume changes. Rest in that simplicity. Thank you for practicing with us today. If you'd like, there's a free digital copy of A Course in Miracles available through the link in the description. You're also welcome to leave a simple comment such as, "I am grateful. Thank you for taking this time to step back from all the roles and just be here with us." Remember, you don't have to perfect any identity or fix any self-image. You can simply rest in what you are beneath all the costumes. Be gentle with yourself as you move through your day. Until next time, take care.